This is Goff doing the road test for the Cypress Easy Bluetooth Mesh Evaluation Kit on behalf of element14. What you see here is the 4 mesh evaluation boards provided by Cypress in the kit, 3 of which have been programmed with the Mesh Lite demo, and the lower one which has been programmed with the Mesh Dimmer Switch demo. The top 3 boards are connected via a micro USB cable to a USB hub being fed by a power bank. The bottom one is currently running off a CR2032 cell on the rear. Quite impressive. So with the bottom board we can control the upper boards via the Bluetooth mesh. By pressing the user button we can turn the lights on, off, and we can also dim up. We can also dim down. And so with this kind of setup, it is possible to extend the range of Bluetooth to more than just the range from a single device to another device, which normally would be in the order of 10 meters. But better still, Cypress have also provided an app through which we can demonstrate more capabilities. So by default, Bluetooth Mesh operates as an advertising model where each node is basically broadcasting packets out. But if you're a user with a mobile phone, for example, you may have a Bluetooth enabled phone, but it doesn't natively speak mesh. So how do we get around this? Well, one or more of the nodes here would be operating as a GATT proxy, and this allows a device which is not mesh aware to talk to the GATT proxy and have the GATT proxy forward the messages onto the mesh network. Cypress have provided the mesh controller application to demonstrate this functionality, and also to provision the kit. With the mesh controller I have already set up a test room with the 4 boards added to it. In this app there is support for color, but this doesn't currently work. A group on-off, so being all assigned into one room we can turn them all on at the same time or off at the same time. But the first thing we need to do is connect to the network. And what this does is it makes a GATT connection to one of the boards which is acting as a GATT proxy. Now we can turn all of them on or all of them off, much in a similar way as that other controller board. We can also address individual boards to turn individual lights on or individual lights off. The other thing we can do is we can provision, unprovision, and as well as adjust the brightness on each of these boards individually via the slider here. So this is a pretty good demonstration of how you can get even non-mesh aware devices communicating with a Bluetooth mesh network. One thing to notice is that if you do send commands very quickly, there is a slight latency which may be observed between these boards. If I just rapidly toggle the lights by pressing the control on this board rapidly, watch what happens. There's a slight wave effect. Some of them, sometimes if I rapidly turn them on and off, there is a slight delay noticeable on one of the boards, and sometimes some of them will skip on and off patterns. And part of this is because mesh nodes operating in low power mode will necessarily rely on a friend node to buffer packets while it is asleep. So the propagation of messages can be slightly delayed as a result, but the benefits are dramatic power savings. So this has been Goff for element14 road testing the Cypress Easy Bluetooth Mesh Evaluation Kit.